off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career, and now catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety, although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg. And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness! Homer! Is it another kick out?
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp. I'm coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS. Looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Mercenaries for Punk, and Punk will leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here. A clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carries this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, they really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
In a well-timed counter. Down. Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I know my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
If you're Seth Rollins, you've got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand, and that's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's going to take it. Rollins simply cannot, under any circumstances, take the bait in this match.
And he goes crashing to the outside.
Throwing caution to the
crash and
ring.
burn.
Looked to become a highlight reel. Instead, just became a cautionary tale.
Paying the price tremendously now. Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as this show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
Looking for the suplex all the way up. Look at this power. Oh, no. Escapes and a chop block takes him down. Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole the bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. If Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off, it could give him the mental advantage tonight. And he's going to the outside, which will start a countout. CM Punk and
Incoming!
Reckless abandon. My God, that was nuts. Absolutely insane. Oh, what an axe handle.
And he gets set back into the ring. Climb to the top. What's he thinking?
Stalking from above.
And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg. And now just mocking and having his way with Punk. Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute! Oh my goodness! Homer! Isn't it a kick out?
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp. And coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS. Looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out.
Rollins perhaps going in for the kill.
Rollins with the stomp.
Is it enough to overcome Punk?
Makes a cover. He manages to kick out. What strength.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way, Punk will always find a way to survive and continue fighting.
How often do you see Seth Rollins come up that short, that close? He's got to be livid right about now.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, GTS connects.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
He gets into the ring. High rent district for CM Punk.
And boom!
Good Lord, taking flight. You got to be a certain kind of crazy to even think about attempting that kind of offense. But I can't say it didn't pay off.
Face first into the post. Taking things back into the ring. Climbing up those ropes now. Perched up top. Taking a flight to nowhere.
I don't know why on earth you would risk that at this point in the match.
Rollins making perfectly clear who the visionary is in this match.
But now with a quick jump over and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Bite.
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
He wriggles out of the danger zone there. Rollins just dropping heavy bombs here.
For the small package driver.
And I think everyone knows what is coming up next.
Rollins lining up.
Springboard misses the target.
Strong kick. And set. Hit on CM Punk. He got the shoulder up in time.
Deep into this one and not even get... Opponent lifted up. Jaw. Meet me. Nails the GTS.
And now with the cover. Amazing.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
And Punk might have just swung for the fences, but it wasn't good.
Flying.
Splash.
Quick cover for the win.
2 count. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner,
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.